Hello students, welcome to ePathsala. I am Nadarajan, working as assistant professor at Kumaraguru College of Technology, Coimbatore. Today we are going to discuss about flat knitting and socks knitting. Flat knitting is a branch of weft knitting process. The basic principles of loop formation as well as the meaning of various terms used in flatbed knitting machine are similar to that of circular knitting machine. However, we are going to discuss the path of yarn during knitting, the knitting cam system, and some special features related to flat knitting, which are unique in this system. The flat knitting machine are also referred as flatbeds and V-bed knitting machine. The interaction between yarn and the knitting elements that create the fabric occur at the apex of the V, and the fabric moves away downward between the two beds, drawn down by takedown mechanism. Types of flat knitting machines. The flatbed machines are available as single bed for producing plain or single jersey structures and double bed for producing rib or pearl structures. Flatbed machine with interlock gating is not available on account of difficulty in knitting using two sets of needles in each bed by traversing of cam carriage. A double bed flat knitting machine can easily be converted into single jersey knitting machine by detaching one bed along with its cam carriage from the combined one, and hence most of the commercial flatbed machines are supplied with two beds. V-bed machines have two rib gated diagonally approaching needle beds set at between 90 and 105 degrees to each other and have inverted V-shape appearance. Flatbed pearls and link and link machines are mainly employed to knit some specialty fabric using double hooked latch needles. The one set of needles are transferred to knit in either of two directly opposite needle beds by means of a set of sliders in each bed. Power V-bed flat machines are used mainly for production of knitwear for children, women and men. They range from simple machines through mechanical jacquard machines to fully electronic and computerized flat machines, even equipped with pressure foot. The developments in the automation of fabric designing, pattern preparation and electronic needle selection, as well as in the range of structures and effects which can be produced, have been tremendous. In fact, flat machines and their products are now regarded as extremely sophisticated. High quality garments can now be produced at competitive prices owing to revolutionary garment production system feasible with pressure foot. 2 and 3 dimensional structure as well as complete garments without any seams or joints can be produced in the latest electronic flat knitting machine and associated design systems. Range of machine gauge and width. The common range of machine gauge is 5 to 12 needles per inch. The machine may be coarser as 2.5 needles per inch and may as fine as 18 needles per inch. Further, by removing or keeping idle alternate needles, the gauge of machine can be reduced to half. The width of flatbed machines also varies widely in the range of 6 to 96 inches, but it has no relationship with machine gauge. Hand operated machines are available in the range of 12 to 48 inches, and the power driven machines are manufactured having width about 24 to 80 inches. The cross sectional view of simple V-bed rib machine is shown in figure. As observed, two beds are in inverted V position. The yarn package in the form of cone is placed on the cone holder, generally at the back of the machine. The yarn is withdrawn and passes through guides, tensioner and yarn take-up or compensating spring before entering the yarn carrier. The yarn carrier moves with the cam carriage on each bed. The fabric is made in small gap between two beds and taken downwards by takedown load. The cam carriage is connected with motor. As soon as the carriage reaches from one side to another, a two-way switch changes the direction of current in the motor and the carriage moves in opposite direction. Needles used nowadays in flat knitting machine is invariably of latch needle type. A few of other knitting elements found in flat knitting machine are as follows. Jack. In most of modern flat knitting machine, there are additional elements in the tricks which are involved in the formation of knitted loop. These are called jack. The jack, which have different shape according to the manufacturer, are used to facilitate the needle selection required for patterning. The other names used to describe the different jacks are intermediate jack and selector, knockover bit. The trick walls are replaced at needle bed wedges by fixed, polished and thin knockover bit. In rib machine, a knockover bit in one bed aligned to opposite to needle trick in the other bed. During knitting, the edges of knockover bit restrain the sinker loops as they pass between the needles and thus assist in knockover of old loops and in formation of new loops. Flat machines generally employ holding down sinkers as the takedown tension and loops in the other bed help to hold the old loops down on the needle stems. Cover plate. This is thin metal blade located in slot across the top of needle bed tricks, which prevents the stem of needle from pivoting upward out of the tricks as a result of takedown tension drawing the needle hooks downward, while allowing needles to slide freely in the tricks. The plate can be withdrawn sideways out of needle bed to allow the needles to be removed. Security spring. The tail of each needle is supported by security spring which fits at the lower edge of the needle bed. The position of needle in the trick can be changed with help of the security spring for its selection during loop formation due to traverse of cam carriage. Latch brushes. Latch brushes are attached to the cam plates of both needle beds to ensure the full opening of latches. The support of brushes are adjustable to ensure precise setting of the bristles relative to the needles. Cam carriage. The cam carriage contains the knitting cam and many other important parts or attachments required for knitting. The carriage is fitted with handle and some setting knobs on the top. The carriage is traversed manually by means of handle for imparting the required motion to the needles on the stationary needle bed for loop formation. In modern automatic machines, the carriage is given to and fro motion by means of electrical motor. The cam carriage of computerized double flatbed knitting machine is shown in figure. The tension dial fitted on the cam carriage basically regulates the stitch cam setting and thus affect the tension on the yarn, but it is not for tensioner. Carriage guide rails. The carriage either slides or runs on the ball bearing or wheels along the guide rails, one of which is fixed over the lower end of the needle bed. Yarn carrier. Yarn carrier is a small attachment through which each yarn used in knitting is fed to the needle hook for loop formation. Each carrier is threaded separately and attached to the block which slides along a bar like carriage guide rail. It extends full width of the machine. The yarn carriers are picked up and pulled along the needle bed or left behind by carriage as per requirement of design either manually or automatically. The construction as well as function of yarn carrier is different in different machines, particularly during plating and intarsia knitting. Knitting cam system. The typical cam system underside of cam carriage forming the track which guides needle butts for knitting action in single jersey flat machine is shown in figure. The symmetrical camming arrangement is typical in many flatbed machines as it enables a similar knitting action to be achieved in both directions of carriage traverse in the needle bed. The needle butts enter the cam system from right during a left to right carriage traverse and from left during a right to left traverse. Therefore, 2 rising clearing cams and 2 stitch cams are required in each cam system. Only one cam of each type does its function during a traverse and other acts as guard cam by forming a part of cam track for butts. So the roles of 2 cams are reversed in traverse of carriage in opposite direction. Considering left to right traverse of carriage, the needle butts enter the cam system from right side. The ideal positions of needles are maintained so long they are under control of auxiliary stitch cam, which is denoted as AS in the diagram, and stitch cam, which is denoted as S in the diagram. The needles start rising under the control of rising cam. The needles start rising under the control of rising cam, and upward motion of needles is completed by clearing cam, which is denoted as C in the diagram. The clearing cam has been made of two pieces racing cam and cardigan cam in order to get tucking and normal loop formation facilities. When needles move up under control of right side racing and clearing cam, the stitch cam acts as guard cam. After reaching the clearing and tucking height, the needles start descending under the control of stitch cam. During this stage, the racing cam acts as guard cam. After loop formation, needles move up to some extent to reach the idle position due to takedown load and guarded by auxiliary stitch cam. However, during traverse of carriage in opposite direction, the stitch cam becomes guard cam and stitch cam performs functions of stitch cam. Similarly, the racing cam along with cardigan cam perform clearing action and racing cam becomes guard cam. Yarn tensioner and storage feeder. Yarn tension variation is one of the major problems in flat knitting, which can easily vary the size of manufactured knit panels. To eliminate or minimize the yarn tension variation, nowadays storage feeder is used in modern flat knitting machines along with auxiliary yarn tensioner and automated tension controller in addition to the tensioners and guides used in ordinary machines. The auxiliary tensioner is required to monitor the yarn between storage feeder and yarn carrier. Fabric takedown. The newly formed portion of fabric in every knitting cycle must be withdrawn from knitting zone at constant rate, and motion used for the purpose is known as takedown motion. In fact, in order to allow formation of new rows of knitted loops, the previous rows of knitted loops located in the hooks must be prevented from riding up with ascending needles so that old loops are cleared of hook. The position of old loops is maintained to a particular level by applying takedown tension. There are different techniques to apply takedown tension. The simplest and oldest technique is to hold fabric in place by pulling it downward. Generally, dead weight is attached to fabric in most of flatbed machines for developing the takedown tension or load. Socks knitting. The socks machine sector encompasses a wide range of different machines. Socks are produced on single or double cylinder machines and also on single cylinder machines with dial. In addition, transfer techniques on single cylinder machines with dial offer wide scope of patterning. These machines are offered with commonly used diameter of 3.5 to 5 inches and use needles ranging in thickness from 0.4 mm to 1.5 mm depending on the gauge. The machines are fitted with between 1 and 4 feeders depending on patterning possibilities. In contrast to large-scale knitting machines, socks machines do not knit continuous tubular fabric but complete individual socks. The technical sophistication of these machines is evident by the fact they are able to automatically close the sock toe and so produce finished article in single work cycle. Typical fields of application include manufacturers of men's, women's and children's socks, sports and functional socks as well as medical socks. Contour or shape of socks. The overall shape and appearance of socks can be viewed in figure. The starting portion of sock is the welt at the top. The length of this zone is about 2 inches. The portion below the welt is called calf or leg. The calf portion is much longer than welt zone. The fancy design effect is mainly produced in this zone with help of jacquard if required by using yarn of different colors. In addition to the base yarn, spandex or lycra is also introduced in this zone for increased elasticity of socks. Next to calf is heel. The heel area is generally made denser and thicker by using either coarser or additional yarns for achieving higher abrasion resistance to withstand the constant frictional forces during uses. The major portion of socks which extend from heel to toe is called foot zone. The extent of this zone depends on foot size and ultimately the size of the sock. As soon as foot portion is knitted, the toe is knitted with same yarn or yarn reserved for toe portion. Production of heel and toe. 3-dimensional turned heel and toe pouches as shown in figure are knitted in plane so that in case of double cylinder machines, the heel section needles must be transferred down to knit from bottom cylinder. A spring take-up holds the surplus yarn as needles traverse towards the feed and the return oscillation, while the pouch tension equalizers ensures that pouch fabric is held down on the needle stem. The pouch is preferably knitted in single feed so that other feeds are taken out of action, but additional splicing yarn is striped in for reinforcement. The shape and extent of spliced section may extend beyond the pouch. The reciprocation of cylinder is produced by drive at this point being taken from forward and backward oscillation of quadrant. As the changeover is mechanically complex, oscillatory knitting takes place at approximately 2/3 of speed of circular knitting. In socks with reciprocated heels and toes in single feed, over a third of courses will be in oscillatory knitting and may require over 60% of machine's operating time, thus making this operation time consuming and expensive. During the oscillatory knitting of pouch, the remaining needles are raised into high inactive cam track by introduction of cam. This operates only on the long knitting butt located specifically to them, so that they retain their loop from last course of circular knitting. During narrowing, the leading needle in each direction of oscillation is lifted up to join other needles in the inactive track by action of one of the two side pickers that are alternatively in action according to the direction of oscillation. These pickers operate throughout the oscillatory motion. During widening, a down picker is introduced that lowers the needles at the time, thus cancelling the effect of up picker and putting an extra needle into action. Each of the side pickers has L-shaped recess and these position. Each of the side pickers has L-shaped recess and these are positioned facing upwards at the approach into cam system, so that in either direction of oscillation, the knitting butt of leading heel needle or slider is caught by recess. The continued movement of cylinder causes the picker to be removed backwards, and as its movement is restricted, it pivots upward in its holder to place the butt into the high inactive track. The spring attachment to the picker then pulls it down again. The down picker, when brought into action, moves down from the inactive track, bringing two needles down with it each time. It has recess on each side of its under surface. So that two butts can be accommodated in each direction of oscillation. Linking is the conventional method of toe closing that occurs after knitting during making up. A slacker course of loops on the instep is joined loop to loop to a similar course in the toe pouch by stitching on a linking machine. This is, however, expensive, relatively slow and skilled operation. Many novel methods have been devised for closing toes during the knitting operation. Generally, they have been restricted to single cylinder socks machine in coarser gauges and not double cylinder socks machine or seamless stocking and tights machines. They have been achieved only limited success against conventional toe closing during post knitting operations, where automated seaming and handling techniques have considerably reduced labor content, time and cost involved. Let us summarize. In flat knitting, we saw types of flat knitting machine such as flatbeds and V-bed, range of machine gauge and width, that is 5 to 12 needles per inches, and functions of flat knitting machine elements such as knitting cam, jack, knockover bed, security spring, latch brushes, cam carriage, yarn carrier, fabric takedown and yarn tensioner. In socks manufacturing, we saw machines used for socks manufacturing and their specifications, mechanism of heel and toe formation. In conventional method, first tubular structure was formed, then toe closing was done separately in linking machine. In modern machines, knitting and linking are done in same machine in order to avoid production time. Thank you.